Hey, swing me another drinky.
I think you've had enough.
I'll tell you what I've had enough of.
Fallout 2, baby. Imagine Fallout 1. Now stop doing that, because today we're talking about Fallout 2. In my video about Fallout 1, I skipped over a big amount of things. Most of this was to save time and not bore you guys. But one thing I probably shouldn't have skipped over is how you actually play the old Fallout games. Because trust me, we're not in Bethesda land yet. Alright, let's take a look back at the first game. Here's a typical spot. On the bottom left, you have a screen that shows what's going on. To the right, we have this big red button that simply changes between your two immediate inventory slots. I like to think of these as your hands. Then we have the actual inventory. Not a whole lot to say here. I mean, you just store shit in it, dude. Here is your health. Then we have the infamous action points. We'll get back to that. And then we have your skill decks. In the newer Fallouts, it's very obvious when you can use a skill for something. In the older Fallouts, it's straight up a guessing game. To use a skill, you open the skill decks, select the skill, then click on the thing that you want. You can also hold right-click and do it through this menu. This can be a real pain in the ass, especially when something requires a skill you don't expect. So below your skill decks is your map, character info, and Pip-Boy. We ain't rocking the wrist-mounted hardware yet. In these games, it's a tablet. Now, let's talk combat. The fighting in this game is exclusively turn-based. There's no ADS, no jumping, and no crazy boundary breaks. It's all top-down hexagonal goodness. When you're not in combat, you can run around freely for as long as you want, unless you're over-encumbered. When you start fighting, this is where it gets good. AP is everything in these games. No, I mean that literally. There is no VATS mode because every fight is in VATS. Moving, shooting, reloading, and even opening your inventory cost AP. And when you run out, it's the other guy's turn. Past that, everything else is basically just point and click. You want to talk to this dude? Click on him. You want to open this door? Click on it. Bada bing, bada boo. And once again, for those who are new to the Fallout lore, Fallout 2 is in a lot of ways very similar to the first one. I mean, they run on the same engine. And, well, look at them. From a glance, you may even think the story and difficulty are the same. You just gotta find the big bad and it's blowy-uppy time, right? No. Fallout 2 is where the training wheels come off. The main quest is a lot less straightforward, and the obstacles are, varied. Though I will say, you do really want to soak up this world. It's pretty rad. Okay, before we move on, I made an oopsie. In my first video, I said that Fallout 1 was developed by Black Isle Studios. This isn't exactly true, and I appreciate the people who called me out on it. The game was actually developed by a division of Interplay called Dragonplay. What a dope fucking name, by the way. This division would eventually establish itself as Black Isle Studios for the development of Fallout 2. Some of the faces on this team would go on to become big names in a little company called Obsidian Entertainment. Yeah, baby, that studio. So let's dive in. The game starts with, well, quite an intro. We see some vault dwellers preparing to leave their vault for the first time. There's even a little video on leaving the vault. In this, there's a section that mentions a device called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit, or GECK. This is extremely important to the story. More on that later. Then we see some dwellers opening the vault for the first time. Whoa, what the fuck? These dudes look like Alien Brotherhood or something. I wonder if they're here to... Okay. Then you get another speech by the GOAT himself, Ron Perlman. So basically, humans fucked everything up. Does it really matter why? Okay, let's make a new character. Bro, stop staring at me like that. Meatball. Alright, fuck it, we're doing this guy. I also like that name. Narg! So much like Fallout 1, you get to play around with the special stats, skills, and choose some traits. Alright, I made my guy and we're jumping in. Another cutscene.
Come in, chosen one.
Here we have an old woman known as the Elder. She tells you the village of Arroyo is dying. The crops are fucked, the Brahmin are stumbling and tumbling, and the children... Bro, what the fuck? Those are not kids. Then you get the "you're the only hope we have" speech with some seasoning. The only way to save the village is to find that Gek. To make sure you're worthy, you must go through a test. This is done in a place called the Temple of Trials. Sounds like a cringy game show or something. Okay, and here we are, baby. I like this funky music. It's Temple of Trials time, baby. Let's get it, let's get it! So this part's much easier than you think. It's essentially just a tutorial on playing the game. Moving, fighting, opening shit, nothing too crazy. Then, once you get to the last room, you have to beat the shit out of this dude, MMA style. This part also introduces a new mechanic to the series, selecting body parts to attack in VATS. So you win the fight and make it out to the village. There are quite a few people here you can talk to. Most of them basically just say, "Good luck on your journey, fucker." Then there's this guy named Hakunen.
Greetings, chosen. Why does the earth before me warm to the touch of your passing?
He's kind of annoying. I mean, he does heal you though, so I guess there's that. Hold up. What's up here? Wait. Bro. How did... Hold up. This is the bottom of the temple, yet you walk northwards and come out in the same spot? What the fuck? Bro, Arroyo's got some cosmic fuckery going on. Once you're ready for your main quest, the Elder gives you a flask from the Holy Vault 13.
She also mentions a fella named Vic, who you should find.
Alright, there's no turning back now. Let's boogie. Fallout 2 has the same kind of blind map exploration thingy that the first one does. Although, spoiler alert, this map is much more hectic. The first game was basically move south until you hit something interesting. Here, it is not that simple. Back to the game. So this is Klamath. Or Klamath? Klamath? Anyways, so this is Klamath. A town thriving on Adderall. Oh yeah, also, the currency in this game is gold. Nope, I'm not kidding. Like, the same gold that you can buy rune scimitars at the GE with. It's safe to say this didn't really catch on, and Bethesda went back to using caps in their Fallout games. So, Klamath ain't no San Fran or anything, but there are a few things to see. Probably the most exciting area is this crashed vertibird with a Mr. Handy just, vibing, I guess. I swear, I must have missed some opportunity here or something because I never got anything out of this area. There's gotta be some secret or something, I don't know. Anyways, back in town you meet Arden. She's upset because her fiance, a dude named Smiley, went missing. He went off on some sort of quest to find the source of these golden geckos. He thinks they came from a magical spring or something, or maybe a hidden cave? Okay, this is a dungeon quest. Thankfully, Arden marks the spot in your map, in a place called Toxic Caves. Wow, that's really inviting. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing this right now. If you ask Arden about nearby towns, she'll give you 2 new places on the map.
Vault City.
And a different dangerous place she warns you about called The Den. The Den is similar to Klamath, but a little more interesting. What the fuck? So, unfortunately, this happened to me like a couple dozen times in my playthrough. I don't know if this is a common glitch or not, but I do know that Fallout 2 is full of them. We haven't even talked about saving yet. So, saving in Fallout 2 is kind of fucked. Everyone on the internet will constantly tell you to save before and after big events. Also, word of advice, never ever save the game in the middle of combat. If you do this, congratulations, you're gonna have to use a different save, because that save is now fucked. Anyways, remember that Vic guy? He's actually here in the Den. There's just one teeny problem. He's a slave, and Mr. Slaver over here demands a lot of money to set him free. This guy's name is Metzger. There's no mental gymnastics here. He's just like, yeah, I buy and sell slaves. And I gotta stand there or buy something because there's a standing fee. On the other side of the den are a couple things. First, we have Smitty, a car salesman and mechanic. You're probably thinking, car salesman? This is a joke, right? Yeah, it is. Until it isn't. Way later into my playthrough, one of my friends shot me a message and said, oh yeah, you can give him a part and get a car. Holy dooly. There really is a drivable fucking car in this game. Unfortunately, I didn't get it in this playthrough, but it does exactly what you'd imagine. Down in the corner of West Side, there's the Brotherhood of Steel? The big badass dudes from the first game? Well, apparently they're not doing too hot 100 years later. You could find these little outposts in several big areas of the game. The guy at this one's name is Joshua. He seems to know more than he should. Weird. Okay, fine. I think I put it off for too long. Let's go rescue Smiley from the toxic caves. As expected, it's a gecko dungeon. But wait, there's more. Toxic goo is spread all over the floor, and this stuff does damage you. Thankfully, though, you can just walk around it. God damn it! The funny thing about the classic Fallouts is that you'll find yourself in these sticky situations where the simplest solution is usually the right one. How do you get past toxic goo? Rubber boots, baby. So you fuck up some geckos and make it down to the second level. It's a long cave, but you can stealth it if you're smart. Finally, you find the man, the myth, the legend, Smiley. It's time to get him out of here. Holy shit, you could be a huge scumbag in this game. Anyways, you yeet out of there and get Smiley back to his goon. For rescuing him, he teaches you how to skin geckos and sell their hides for cash. Anyways, I heard Vault City was pretty bussin', so let's head over there. On the way, you get a message from the Elder.
Chosen.
It's essentially the same shit as Fallout 1. You need to hurry your ass up or we're all fucked. I will say it does feel a little bit more urgent in this game though. Fallout 1 was just a text in a video saying, we need water, we need water! In this case, this poor dude along with the others are literally dying and begging for your help. Jesus dude, I'm working on it. So we keep on trucking to Vault City. So we keep moving to Vault City! God motherfucking oh, it's just merchants. This game has quite a few interesting encounters. There are a lot of groups fighting other groups. On my way to Vault City, I noticed something right in my path. Here we have a place called MODOK. Heading into this little building is a shop owner named Joe. Apparently there's a big drought in town, so his store's closed. That's kind of the common theme for this place. A dried up town on its last legs. Wait, so you're not selling goods? Well, that's alright. I think I can, serve myself. Alright, so elsewhere we got this creepy-ass church. Then there's this woman chilling in this bar. Johnny. Over here we have Gersham's place. Just a regular ass house. Dude selling some jerky or something. Money, you say? So Gersham gives you a simple job. Kill the wolves, protect his Brahmin. Alright, bet. That's it? Alright, who wants? Whoa, holy fuck! Bruh, I didn't think it would work like this. No rounds, no warning, they just dump like 10 wolves on the map and boom. Anyways, I try my best and almost die myself. In the end, I managed to save 6 of the 10 cows, I mean Brahmin. I guess it's better than all of them dying, right? Wait, they all fucking died? Literally how? I killed all of the wolves. So I guess you need to kill every single wolf on screen. If you let any of them flee, they just come back when you leave. That's nice. So on a second try, I could only save 5. Even still, Gersham charges me $100 per dead Brahmin, something he literally never mentioned at any point before the job. He even hired someone to just watch me. Someone that, you know, could have been helping. You know what? Fine. Don't pay up. I'll just, hang out for a minute behind you.
I'll steal it!
Well, I made a big fucky-uppy here. I saved the game instead of loading when my pickpocketing failed. I guess Gersham and I have beef for the rest of the game. Fuck you. So there's one other part of MODOK that's a lot more interesting. The Ghost Farm. When you first get to MODOK, Joe tells you about a ghost farm to the north. Story is, a dude named Carl went missing there and never came back. People were sent to search for him, and they found, well, a horror show. Impaled bodies, guts scattered everywhere, no bueno. When you go up there yourself, oh, it's bad. Jesus fuck, there's more dead dudes here than Gettysburg. You move up a bit and find a little shack. there's a chest, and it's a trap. Now here's the big twist. The farm is actually run by a bunch of pre-war survivors called the Slags. The sun hurts their eyes, so they reside underground. These bodies on spikes? All fake. They are full of guts, but they're Brahmin guts. These guys just don't want visitors. And Carl? He's not even here. He's actually in the den. So you create an alliance between the Slags and MODOK, and bada bing, bada boo, the world is saved. Now we can head to Vault City, baby. Vault City, huh? More like Vault Shitty. Okay. Vault City is quite a place. It's not really a city at all. In fact, it's more like a prison. And I don't just mean it looks like a prison, it's run like a prison. You'll see what I mean. You find a welcome center and learn that we're not actually in the city yet. This is just the courtyard. You start hearing about a person who runs the city, only referred to as the First Citizen. I should probably go find them. Maybe they can help me with this quest. So this is the real Vault City. Good luck getting in though. Without citizenship, your only option is to buy a day pass. What is this, a fucking Six Flags? Even if you play the whole, my people are literally dying and need help card, the dude at customs is dead ass just like, sorry bro, you don't look important enough. Wow. Also, while I'm doing some trading here, this is probably a good time for me to make a PSA. The Kaz shotgun is an absolutely S-tier beast of a weapon. This thing absolutely demolishes dudes. A true Giga Chad weapon. You also might be wondering, does that say H&K? Like the German gun company?
Nice.
Yep. Another weird relic of the OG Fallouts is that they include a bunch of real-life weapons. Some of them don't even really fit the theme in my opinion. It's kind of surreal. I mean, there's a fucking P90 in the game. You can't make this shit up. Oh yeah, so getting into the city. There's a dude in the other room named Skeeve. He lets you in on a little secret. There is another way to get into the city. Forged papers, baby. And lucky you, he's got them. For half the price of a day pass. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that we're in Vault City, let's go find that First Citizen. Okay, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The people running Vault City are huge assholes. They're xenophobic, entitled pricks. Let me give you a little brief history. It all started when Vault 8's inhabitants left the vault and used their Gek to start a civilization. The kicker is that they viewed this as some sort of sacred quest that they were chosen to do, and anyone that did not come from a vault are just peasants that are not allowed to prosper. This is why they don't allow outsiders, or really anyone outside of their circle to thrive here. On top of that, they also believe in slavery. Oh, no. Did you commit a minor crime? Maybe piss off a real citizen? Well, we're gonna kidnap you, bring you to the city, and make you do hard labor. What's funny is how offended the citizens get when you refer to this as slavery. Even the local bar is pretentious as fuck. Oh god, they only serve White Claw here. Okay, so let's get to the First Citizen already. This is Lynette. Being the leader of Vault City, she's exactly as much of an asshole as you can imagine.
Where did one such as you hear of a Garden of Eden creation kit?
To her, you are a worthless outsider, all the way up until you prove you got Vault Dweller blood.
The first Vault Dweller?
Then all of a sudden, she's all open arms. Oh, this fuckery isn't over yet. Turns out there is info about Vault 13 in their computers. You want to see him, don't you? Too bad, gotta be a citizen. How do you become a citizen? A written test. But of course, it's not that simple. This is rocket science. When I say that, I don't mean like, this is cool science shit, man. I mean that it's fucking impossible. I don't know how high your intelligence or other stats need to be to pass this test, but I was never at any point in the game able to pass it. It's almost like, wait for it, it's designed to be impossible. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this guy. There's this weird dude walking around the streets named Moore. He talks like he's in an AA meeting or something. I don't even know what he's trying to say, man. If you poke at him enough, he eventually asks you to do him a favor. Deliver a briefcase to a man named Mr. Bishop in a place called New Reno. We'll get there, don't you worry. Speaking of new places, just above Vault City is a little town called Gecko. So Gecko is a little rundown ghoul town where— Yo, is that Harold? My man, you haven't aged a day. He's also just as cool to talk to as he is in the first game. And man, does he have some things to tell you. So here's the scoop. Gecko has this giant-ass reactor. Pretty scary. Anywho, the reactor is what Gecko uses for power. Problem is, it's close to breaking. They need your help to fix it. And the part you need is in Vault City. Oh yeah, I also picked up my first companion here. His name is Lenny. He's Harold's assistant and a ghoul doctor. As you might have guessed, he's great at healing, but not fighting. So First Citizen here, Lindell, will not give you the part, even though it will help the city in the long term. They simply don't want to help the ghouls. Why don't you take a guess why? Well, looks like we're gonna have to find another way. More on that later. Remember that place Moore mentioned, New Reno? Let's check it out. New Reno. Basically New Vegas minus the dictator and cool robots. This place has a lot of, characters to say the least. Also, Fallout 2 is the first game to feature a wonderful drug called Hypo. What, you thought I was gonna say Jet? Okay, fine. Fallout 2 has Jet. We all know and love it, but can we please bring back Hypo? This shit's amazing. So it's no secret that New Reno has a jet problem. You can't really go anywhere and not see it. It's almost like there's something going on behind the scenes here. One of the first places that caught my eye was this casino. Despiado. This place is headed by a crime family known as the Mordinos. I didn't really fuck with these guys a whole lot, but one fun fact about him is that the boss and his son are both named Jesus. Nice. Okay, so there is a lot to do here, but not a lot to do with the Gek. I had the urge to keep exploring, so we'll come back. Further westward is a town called Redding. Honestly, this place isn't any more exciting than Modoc. However, it is a mining town, and the interesting part lies below ground. Apparently, there's an excavator chip that several people want their hands on. The only place I assumed was the way to the mine was somewhere around here. All we gotta do is kill these motherfucking pig rats. It's not like they're tough or do a lot of damage, it's just that they always get in the way and force you to fight them. This is a common theme with weaker enemies in the game. They might not kill you, but oh will they take up your time. So you finally make it underground and find aliens? Why are...
Those aren't aliens.
What? Why are you in my room?
They're Wanamingos.
What the fuck is a Wanamingo?
Check the wiki.
Wanamingo. Do you have any more fun facts for me?
Did you know a woodpecker's tongue wraps around its entire skull?
You know what? I think I'm good. Why don't you stop by later? I'm making a video right now.
Alright, bet.
So these creatures are beefy as fuck. I think I'll come back to this later. Heading south, we run into a little place called Broken Hills. On the surface, this place seems pretty boring. Then you walk down the street and see... a mutant? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What do you want, human?
Marcus! You son of a bitch. So this dude is the sheriff of Broken Hills. He would also go on to form a whole new place called Jacobstown years later. Dude's a Giga Chad. Something I should probably mention is that most super mutants you see in this game, particularly Marcus, were once a part of the Master's army. You know, this thing from the first game? Now we're cool though, for the most part. Anywho, he talks about some things going on in the area that could use some fixing. The big one being a group of humans who have gone missing. Yeah, it's not a coincidence they're only humans. Do enough exploring around and eventually you come across this manhole. Fuck up a bunch of giant ants and you see, well... yeah, those are dead people, alright. Jesus Christ. One of those dead bodies has a note that name drops 2 mutants. How convenient. The main culprit here, though, is Francis. You can just kill him here, but if you mention the note, he kinda just shrugs and is like, yeah, I did it. Alright, bye. After that, you fix some shit up in the mine, and then, finally, you can get Marcus as your companion. This is it, lads. I'm putting together a team. Okay, let's get back to New Reno. On my way, I learned something very important about companions in this game. They will stop at nothing to fight. I mean, I consider myself more of a runner, but these dudes just won't stop fighting! Stop! So New Reno Part 2. Down the street, there's this dude named Renesco. He's I guess. He's got some good droogs, so there's that. Across the street is Eldridge's place. He's got some sweet guns, and he can upgrade weapons? Oh shit. He's also got pre-war tech? Don't know what that's used for, but it's 3,000 smackaroos? Fuck that! Also, this is the first time I experienced this fun bug. Some areas of the game, especially after loading a save, will just look like this. The only way I found to fix it is to just reload the save. I love this picture here. It's a feature, not a bug. There's also another casino, the Sark Cub. Here you can find Mr. Bishop, the leader of the Bishop clan. Remember Moore from Vault City? This is the guy you deliver that briefcase to. You also learn that Moore is a spy working for the New California Republic. Yeah, those guys. They're in this game. I figured now would probably be a good time to go back and check the previous places I've been to. Backtracking is key in this game. Klamath, what the fuck? So this is the first of many special encounters in the game. They're basically wacky events that happen at random when traveling. Here we have, yeah, fellas, I don't know how well this one aged. Anywho, now that we're in the den, I decided to finally free Vic. Wait, he's a companion? Oh, shit. The thing is, you can only have 2 companions at a time. Looks like you're gonna have to wait, pal. Oh yeah, you wanna know what's in that church, huh? After talking to this dude again and again, I managed to make him think I might work for Metzger. He's so done with life, he just lets you walk in. So what's inside? A bunch of useless chemicals. No, this isn't a bit. The game literally says you see crates filled with various chemicals that are of no use to you. Anywho, I relay this to Laura, get some money, and it's back to Vault City. With this encounter, this would be a nice time to talk about an enemy that I absolutely, positively hate with every bone in my body. Wolves. Fucking wolves. Here's the thing. Wolves don't do a lot of damage, so naturally, I usually just yeet out of there and avoid wasting ammo. Problem is, these fuckers do this shit. Now you have to fight them and wait for each individual wolf to finish their turn. You'd think they'd start learning after attacking the dude with weapons like this. Here, I also got the next vision from the Elder. We gotta find that Gek. Finally, we're back at Vault City, and Moore is invisible. He also gets pissed if you mention his NCR thing. Speaking of NCR, I think it's about time we go find him. Far to the south of Vault City is the New California Republic. Yeah, these guys were around way before New Vegas, baby. The first thing you come across are some little shops. When this guy is open, you'll find one of the best damn gun shops in the game. He's got the goods. Also, there's a prison here? That's kind of weird. Oh, okay, so this actually isn't the NCR. That would be inside here. This place is pretty bussin'. I will say it definitely has more variety than Vault Shitty. The locals also talk like they're actual normal people. Then you find the NCR Rangers. Yeah, those guys. Bet you didn't know they started here. Minus the badass uniforms, but whatever. So if you want to join the ranks, they give you a little quest. You gotta free the slaves in the slave pen? Oh, fuck, that's not a prison? So, in case you haven't figured it out, there are quite a few straight up evil dudes in this game. Unfortunately, these guys at the NCR are packing a lot of heat, so we'll have to get back to them later. Let's talk about the government buildings. After arguing with this entitled prick for a minute, you can speak with the one, the only, President Tandy. Yep, that little girl from the first game has grown up to become fucking president of the NCR. On top of that, she actually remembers the Vault Dweller. You know, your grandfather? So Tandy is a woman who doesn't mess around. She gives you a job and a flat rate. Take it or leave it. Here's the scoop. There are squatters at Vault 15. That's right, there's another vault. Some raiders have taken over the place. Negotiations haven't worked, so now they want the gloves to come off. Yeah, I dig it, I dig it. Before we get to Vault 15 though, let's talk about what lies to the west. Oh no. Oh no.